You know that moment on the Balakot to Naran road when the curves just don't end? The kids in the back are half fighting, half sleeping. Your neck is stiff and someone has said, "Bus kab pahunchega?" for the third time. That was us, about an hour before Naran. Just done with the road, but not ready for a crowded hotel stop.
I remember that exact stretch. I was in the passenger seat thinking, if I see one more sharp turn, I might just start clapping for it out of frustration. And still, we were saying, yaar, straight Naran chalte hain, no more stops. But the car mood was not good.
Exactly. The playlist wasn't helping anymore, snacks were finished, and everyone had that silent, grumpy face. And then, suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I saw just a tiny glint of water down below the road, like a side stream flashing between the trees.
Yeah, it was just a small shine at first, not some big tourist spot. No board, no crowd, nothing. Just this little silver line of water and a narrow dirt track dropping down from the road. The kind of place most people just ignore and drive past.
And here's the thing. That kind of spot can be amazing or a mistake. So even from the driver's seat, we did a super quick safety check. First thing I look at, can I actually pull off the road without blocking traffic? Is there a proper little lay-by, or is it just a random soft edge that'll sink the tires?
And visibility. I literally turned my neck both sides and said, all right, can oncoming cars see us clearly from a distance? Or is this right after a blind curve? If it's near a sharp bend, we just skip it, no matter how pretty the water looks. Mountains are beautiful, but they don't forgive silly parking.
This spot was great. Wide enough, almost like a little natural parking pocket. No sharp turn right before it. Good visibility both ways. And the dirt track going down to the stream? Sure, not crazy steep. From the car, I could see the ground look firm, not marshy or muddy.
And one more thing we always check from the car. Is it clearly public space? No fences, no crops, no house right there. If I see terraces, someone's field, or laundry drying nearby, I assume it's someone's land, and we respect that and move on.
So, quick checklist, done in like 30 seconds. I put the indicator on early, eased off the road into that lay-by, and we parked fully off the tarmac. Handbrake firm, hazard lights on for a moment just to be extra clear as we settled, and then that beautiful silence when you turn the engine off. Well, not full silence, more like engine off, but the faint hum of other cars and the whisper of water below.
The first step out of the car is always my favorite. You stretch, you breathe, you suddenly feel the mountain air properly. On that spot, the sound of the stream floated up, and there was this patch of willow and other trees giving broken shade. It was like the valley was saying, "Thoda sa sabar, sit with me for a while."
Before we ran down like excited kids, I quickly checked the basics near the car. Is the ground sloping down too sharply? Will the car roll? No. Are we leaving enough space so another car could also pull in if needed? Yes. Valuables like wallets and extra phones stayed inside but hidden, car locked once we were down by the water. Because even in paradise, you keep common sense with you.
Then we walked down that short track, gravel crunching, light dust under the shoes, small bushes brushing our legs. The air felt cooler as we got closer to the water, and suddenly the road noise moved into the background. It didn't vanish completely. It just turned into this distant, steady hum behind the splash and gurgle of the stream.
When my shoes hit the flat area by the stream, I did another quick safety scan. How close is the water to the edge? Is the ground firm or is it crumbling? I took a couple of heavier steps right near the bank, just to feel if it slides. It held firm, rocky underneath. And the water level? Knee-deep in the middle maybe, but we decided we're staying right at the edge. No need to turn a picnic into a swimming lesson.
And for families, especially if you've got younger kids, this is where you agree on the invisible line. I literally pointed and said, okay, no one goes beyond this rock. You can throw stones from here. You can dip your hands here, but that side is off limits. Kids actually like clear boundaries when you make it a simple rule, not a lecture.
We didn't have fancy camping gear with us, just a normal shawl and a simple mat folded at the back of the car. We spread the shawl under the willow shade where the ground was flat and mostly dry. Bags stayed close, shoes neatly to one side, and we did a quick pocket check. Phone, keys, so nothing ended up floating downstream as a surprise sacrifice.
The snacks were classic road trip style. A few leftover chips, some biscuits, a box of dates, and a couple of apples that were slowly getting bruised in the car. The best upgrade we did? Rinse the fruit in that icy water. My hands froze instantly, but biting into that cold, washed apple with the sound of the stream around, it felt like a 5-star snack.
I remember putting my hands into the stream for the first time. That shock of cold that makes you laugh and pull back immediately. Then you go in again, slower, and after a few seconds, it becomes this soothing burn that wakes up your whole body. We splashed our faces, wet our necks. The tiredness from the road didn't vanish, but it loosened.
It's funny how little you actually need. A shawl, simple snacks, water for drinking, and that stream. One of us sat on a rock just listening. Someone else lay back on the shawl looking up through the leaves. The kids turned into little engineers, building stone dams that the water happily ignored. And above it all, that faint road noise, like a reminder that the journey is still there, but on pause.
There was a moment, I still remember it clearly, where the sun shifted and the wind moved through the willow branches. Light patterns danced on the water, and for a few seconds, everyone went quiet. No one was on their phone, no one was complaining. We were just present. Not at a famous lake, not at a big viewpoint, just beside a nameless side stream, taking a breath between curves.
And that's the magic, isn't it? You don't always need a big destination to feel like you're really in the mountains. Sometimes one safe, thoughtful 1-hour pause can reset the whole day. When you climb back into the car after that, everyone's energy is different. Softer, calmer. Even the driver, your shoulders drop a little.
Before we left, we did what we always try to do, a quick mini cleanup. All our wrappers, tissue, fruit peels, everything went back into a trash bag. We looked around for any extra bottle or plastic that wasn't even ours, picked up a few, and packed them too. If you enjoy a spot, leave it a tiny bit better than you found it. That's how these small, secret places stay beautiful.
We scanned the ground for forgotten sunglasses, bottles, toys, because that's the classic way to lose things, and made sure the fire... Actually, we never lit a fire there. That's another tip. For a 1-hour stop, you don't need a fire. It's safer and kinder to the area to just enjoy cold snacks and keep it simple.
Back at the car, we loaded everything in, checked the handbrake, mirrors, and then waited for a clear gap in traffic. No sudden jump back onto the road. Indicator on, slow merge, and just like that, we were part of the Kagan flow again. But the mood inside the car? Completely different. People leaning back peacefully, window slightly down, someone quietly humming instead of complaining.
So, if you're driving between Balakot and Naran, here's a simple formula you can reuse again and again. 1. Only stop at wide, clearly visible laybys, never right after a sharp bend. 2. Check the ground. If it looks soft, muddy, or unstable, skip it. 3. Keep well back from fast, deep water and set a clear, no cross line for kids.
4. Respect the area. Avoid fenced or cultivated land, keep your voices modest, and if you see locals nearby and someone seems uncomfortable, smile, greet, and move on. 5. Pack light. A shawl or mat, simple snacks, drinking water, and a small trash bag is enough to turn any good spot into a mountain picnic. No big gear needed, no big budget.
Do this once and you'll start seeing these little side streams everywhere. Suddenly, a long, tiring transit day turns into a chain of small, soft breaks. And honestly, years later, you might forget which hotel you stayed in, but you'll remember the cold water on your hands and the sound of the road like distant music.
If this sounds like the kind of road trip habit you want, we've put together a simple, printable mini checklist for side stream picnics on the Balakot-Naran Road and other northern routes. It's basically our brain on one page. Safety checks, what to pack, and a few reminders so you don't miss anything.
Just visit our website, find this episode, Willow Shade and Road Noise in the Travel Dairy, and download the checklist before your next trip. Save it on your phone or print it and keep it in the car. One tiny sheet of paper, many quiet mountain moments.
Next time you're an hour before Naran and everyone is restless, remember, you don't have to suffer through every curve. Look for that glint of water, choose your spot wisely, and give yourself one soft hour by a side stream. I'm Sharjeel with Abdullah, and this was Travel Dairy. Safe travels and small, beautiful breaks to you.